The TRD KKM Giveback Classic, presented by Rowdy Energy here at the Millbridge Speedway, night 2 of 3. Had an excellent practice night. Just one night ago, 107 entries. Here to go for either $5,000 at a Chili Bowl ride or to take home the 15 big ones, $15,000 on the line here tonight.
So Gavin Boschel, LeBeau, and Gray on track here for their qualifying efforts. Gavin Boschel, one of those names that we said you need to be keeping an eye out on. The team driving number 5. P3 there for Boschel. And there he is, just like we called it, a 10-4-1-7. Track is getting mighty fine as Gavin Boschel will go to the top of the speed charts.
All sorts cross up now. Daniel Robinson from Ewing, Illinois. And Matt Howard from Lawrence, Kansas. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., transplant to Mooresville, North Carolina. And he goes P4 on his second lap. A 10.7 flat, 10.700 for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Daniel Robinson. And how about Ricky Stenhouse? That lap won't count. So, hearing from Brad, who's doing scoring, he hit green a lap too early on Ricky's qualifying, so that lap does count. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is your quick time at the moment with a 10.538.
And Tanner Gray, Emerson Axum, Gavin Boschel, we're side by side. Door handle, Nerf bar to Nerf bar. Here we go. We are underway here for heat races at the KKM Giveback Classic down the one. We're almost 3 wide there, back throughout the field.
Emerson Axum and the 2 of Jackson Bishop going head to head. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Give it to Jackson Bishop as we roll through turns 1 and 2.
Emerson Axum now going to throw the slide job off of turn number 2, but you've got yourselves a caution as we got a car stopped right here on the front stretch. It looks like it's going to be Big Mac Brody McLaughlin out of Fort Gibson, Oklahoma. Facing the wrong way there, Big Mac.
Going around on the front straightaway.
Coming back to green, single file. McLaughlin ran out of real estate and had a little bit of help, but we go back to green here immediately. Bishop going to go to the top. Here comes Emerson Axum to the inside. Off of turn number 2, Bishop going to cross him back over.
Axum to the bottom. He's going to put the left front on the berm. But Bishop leads it up. Emerson Axum working the bottom. Not really a slide job. Just got a real good hook on the back tires. And Axum's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, Bishop ran the middle of the corner. Didn't really work out for him. Now they all jump up to that top side. And after having an issue in qualifying, Emerson Axum up front.
Boschel slides back up. I think it's for the 5th spot. It is, so G-Money up the 5th, and contact made on the back straightaway.
Jake Mill, Gavin Boschel making contact out of turn number 2. Boschel having to check way up as now he's supposed to start reeling these guys back in. Your top 3 pulling away from the rest of the field as your race leader, Emerson Axum, car number 42, leading the way.
Still side by side here, battling it out between Boschel. Hard to see the numbers on this little screen. I believe that's Tanner Gray side by side, but Boschel doing a good job.
Clear coming to 2 to go here with Emerson Axum. That Petrie Motorsports machine running the high line there, Casey. That's usually the line we see here at Millbridge, and now he's going to duck down to the bottom.
Rolling off turn number 4, white flag in the air for Emerson Axum. He can almost coast it back from here as he rolls off turn number 4. Emerson Axum will win the first heat race of the night for the TRD KKM Giveback Classic presented by Rowdy Energy.
It's going to be Emerson Axum, Gage Robin, Jackson Bishop going to be your top 3 here in heat race number 1. But ladies and gentlemen, your race winner from Franklin, Indiana, the Petrie Motorsports Driven Midwest, Nolan Racing CSI Shocks number 42 of Emerson Axum. Shane Marquez Jr. out of Bells, Texas, the 1M, and Shane Heck, the 58, round out field. Here, heat race number 2 is green.
Side by side down into turn number 1, almost 5 wide there. They're going to hop tires, and somehow they all save it. But up front, we have a battle for the lead. Cook is going to be Wise to the line there. Lap number 1 complete. Wise slide job up the track. Cook with a crossover. Here comes Bright down the back.
A three-way battle for the race lead. Brendan Bright trying to work to the inside of him. Going to squeeze up to that second spot. Brendan Bright, your new race leader through turns 1 and 2.
There's a single file out here amongst the top two. Here comes the 11T of Trey Markham. Markham gets together with the 41J of Zeb Wise. Puts Zeb into the outside wall.
Battle for the lead is on. Cook, your leader now, but Bright trying to reel him in. Both running the top side in 1 and 2. And we'll see if they do it again down here in the 3. Yes, they both go down to the bottom. Halfway home, X marks the spot from flagman Kyle McGowan.
Billy Cook trying to lead the way. Brendan Bright really working the right side, trying to reel him in down the back straightaway. Do not count out Trey Marcham, though. Marcham, a regular with the Power Ryan West Midget League, coming here to race with the Tops Up Here Bud Quality Threads team out of Newcastle, Oklahoma, sitting there in that 3rd spot.
We're going to have a battle for the lead here in a lap or two because here comes Brendan Bright. He is there, really wrapping that inside line well through 3 and 4. 2 laps to go from Kyle McGowan on the flag stand.
Bullhorns out, 2 to go. Bright right there on his back bumper. Put him under your grandma's quilt. Bright having to back up the corner in 3 and 4. He's looking under him, not able to do it. White flag is out. Slide job down to 1. Hoss, bring him home.
Coming off of turn number 2, new race leader down into turn number 3. Cook back to the inside of him. They're going to make contact, and here comes Trey Marcham off of the berm. It's going to be Cook, your race winner. Brendan Bright in second, and Trey Marcham to round out the podium here in heat race number 2.
Have you on staging, but Quapple and Klein going to bring them down to the start-finish line. Here, we're fired and green flag here for heat race number 3.
A nice battle already into turn number 1 down the back straightaway. Look at Frank Flood coming to the inside of Purdue. Lap number 1 will be in the books here, as Noah Gass trying to come into play as well. 3 wide down the back straight into turn number 3.
Flood, Quapple, and Gas putting on a show. And here goes 5th place, Aiden Purdue. Slider by Gas, gets into Quapple. Quapple on the bike, but saved it. Oh my, what a save there for Quapple. And he holds on the second with Flood, Gas, and Purdue now your top 5.
Flood was able to capitalize that contact between Quapple and Gas as they rolled down the back straightaway as we continue 4 laps down, 6 to go.
Frank Flood sitting in the first spot now, trying to come up and try a shot at Quapple. It's currently Trevor Klein leading the way. Quapple, Flood, and Gas the top 4. Flood now to challenge into turn number 3.
Quapple on the bottom. And here comes the 81 of Flood with the crossover. Slide job in the 1. Quapple not able to have enough room for the crossover, so Frank Flood is going to make his way to the second spot. But right now, Casey, Trevor Klein, the Millbridge regular, has pulled away.
Also, Noah Gass and Aiden Purdue have joined this 4-car battle from 2nd back to 5th. Side-by-side slide job by Noah Gass. Gas now going to get crossed over by Quapple with 2 laps to go. Make it the white flag this time.
Purdue all over both Quapple and Gas, but it's going to be Klein, your race leader, Frank Flood, in 2nd, McIntosh in 3rd as they finish heat race number 3.
Then it's Matt Carr with Kyle Larson on row 2. Kaylee Bryson with Bo Brandon. Brenham Crouch with Robbie Smith and Gray Sexton as we go green flag racing into turn number 1.
4 wide through turns 1 and 2. Look out, here comes Austin Quick to the inside of him, side by side for that race lead. Who's it going to be? Give it to Austin Quick over Connor Gross and Kyle Larson.
Look at Larson on the outside of Gross. Making the top line work is Young Money, and he is on the money that time at the line, 2nd spot. Gross back to the inside, but Quick and Larson hold strong. Gross almost comes up on the bumper of Larson.
And now we roll off turn number 4. Larson now back on the inside. Will Heath return the slide job? No, sir. He falls back in line down the back straightaway.
The momentum is there for Gross down the back straightaway as Larson not giving up, still trying to reel him back in. Now Matt Carr, the Amstel Trucking High Plains Building Division number 93, trying to get back into play.
Here goes Larson on the berm, trying to reel in Gross halfway home. You see your top 3 there all spread out. Larson and Gross right now is the best battle. Gross on the inside. Larson going to go top side, hustling on the top side, but Gross pulls away.
Meanwhile, Austin Quick with a comfortable lead over these 2 battling for that second spot. Larson doing anything he can to try to find a way around the 20 of Connor Gross.
Matt Carr now coming in the picture, trying to run the top shelf here as Larson changes his line to the bottom through 1 and 2, back to the top in 3 and 4. Matt Carr now coming into the picture just by a nose.
Slide job from Larson. He is going to slide up that time, but Gross had enough room to be on the outside of him. White flag in the air for the quick one, Austin Quick.
And he has been quick this whole heat race. He'll roll through 3 and 4 for the final time and pick up that checkered flag. Meanwhile, for second, give it to Connor Gross. Kyle Larson finishes P3.
No, I don't think anyone understands California things.
Before lights out, ready to go green here in heat race number 5.
Green flag in the air. Bruno gets a good jump on the field. We're 3 wide. McIntosh with the slider. He gets it to him in a huge flip.
How did Jade Avedisian just get through that? I do not know. Safety officials get there quick.
Thumbs up from Jimmy Live off turn number 2. It's a good sign.
A big flip there for Connor Gross. I was calling it there as it looked like McIntosh went for the slider, just slid up a little too fast. We're going to get a replay here. He's going to be too happy with Cannon McIntosh. There it is. Definitely some displeasure.
That happens a lot here at Millbridge. You know, it gets really narrow up out of the corner. They're all fighting for real estate.
I thought they were asking.
That inside pole behind Landon Pearson. As here we go, Nerf bar to Nerf bar. Bumper to bumper, door handle to door handle. Green flag in the air, down in the 1. McIntosh slide job. No one's up there this time. Is McIntosh going to have the lead going into 3?
Look out in turn number 3 as we get crossed up, get sideways. The caution flag will fly.
We'll do it the Blake Harris patented red flag. That might be it.
Lights out, coming back to green. Cannon McIntosh, a race leader. Layden Pearson in second. Jade Avedisian in third. Carroll fourth. And as the green flag will fly, we'll get underway.
Down into 1, McIntosh. Clean and green through turn number 1. Has a pretty good size lead over Pearson and Avedisian. As the top 3 on the bottom, we get a lap complete here in the heat race. Cannon McIntosh leads in that Sawyer chassis.
The top 5 up top banging boards, making speed on the high side through 1 and 2, but catfishing down on the low side through 3 and 4. Here comes Avedisian. Slide job for second.
Pearson going to check up, going to cross her back over down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Rolls the bottom, closes it off from her. She's going to muscle up and say, look out, coming through down into turn number 1. Off at turn number 2. Pearson going to cross her back over.
And back to the inside. I don't know how they didn't touch wheels there. Pearson has a spot. Avedisian slide job incoming, but she's going to keep it on the bottom. We're halfway home now. It's McIntosh, Pearson, Avedisian top 3.
And Layden Pearson just trying to roll away with this second spot. Meanwhile, Cannon McIntosh has rolled away from the rest of the field. Top 3 have gapped themselves back to 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Cannon McIntosh out on a Sunday drive here in heat race number 5. As the laps wind down, Pearson and Avedisian have pulled away from Chris Carroll and the rest of the field.
2 laps to go. Your leader, Cannon McIntosh, getting ready to roll off turn number 4. See the white flag. 1 more lap to go.
The Sawyer chassis, number 29. A preliminary winner at the 2020 Chili Bowl. Well, he's going to have a heat race win. Cannon McIntosh wins heat race number 5.
Layden Pearson going to cross the stripe in second, and Jade Avedisian will round out your top 3. But ladies and gentlemen, your race winner from Bixby, Oklahoma, the Sawyer chassis, K1 race gear, Toyota, number 29M of Cannon McIntosh. Cannon McIntosh, Dean and Christopher Bell in the 21. Row number 3, the 42N of Tim Nye, Easton Lebo, Jeremy Harshman, Jerry Coons Jr., and Hunter McFadden will round out the field here for heat race number 6.
Down through 1 and 2, Brierly goes up and clears himself on Strada. Everyone back to the bottom. How about the green machine? Usually green's unlucky on race cars, but Sean Brierly's making it look pretty good out there, Casey.
Brierly making it happen for the moment, but he's got a hard charging Strada and Seabell just behind them. They're all banging boards up on the top side. Seabell is going to get a good run down the back straightaway into turn 3.
Seabell to the inside of Strada. give Christopher Bell that second spot, and they are already on the back of Briley almost as they're going to head down the back straightaway.
Christopher Bell sitting in that second spot, trying to reel in Briley, your race leader. Going top shelf through 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. A pretty even heat race here in heat race number 6.
As they roll down the front straightaway, caution going to come out. You saw it flash across the screen. I believe is it Hunter McFadden sitting in the middle of the front straightaway.
Hunter McFadden. So here we go. We're going to put them in a single file line like Grandma's onions. It's Briley, Bell, Strada, Allison, and Coons Jr. Green flag in the air. You cannot pass before that cone on the front straightaway. Everybody obliges Bell to the top side. He's going to get a run on Briley. Christopher Bell
Shuts
down the bottom.
door. Did you see that move into turn number 3? Look out. It's like, get out of here with that. Some contact back here throughout the field, but Bell now on cruise control.
Yeah, see Bell able to capitalize. Barely made it through the gap down the back straightaway. And now going to try to put this one on cruise control. Briley back to second, third. Eddie Strada, Neil Allison, Jerry Coons Jr., your top 5.
You see Strada starting to reel in that bright green car of Sean Briley. Everybody top side hustling. Watch out, Neil Allison. Got a little loose there off of 2. The line, you've seen everybody run top side 1 and 2, bottom of 3 and 4, similar to what we've seen in practice last night.
Christopher Bell makes his way down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Off of turn 4, he'll be a heat race winner. Riley in second, Eddie Strada in third.
Wide, about 5 deep, going at a snail's pace there down the back with Damon Paul and Trey Robb. Now we go green. Green flag in the air.
Next time these cars come around, I want Jacob to show me where the door handle is, side by side for the...
Look out, boys and girls.
We got ourselves a parking lot party in turn number 2. Schnitschneble.
All right, well, here we go. Let's try this again.
Bumper to bumper, handle to handle.
Green flag in the air. Pursley throwing a slider like he's ordering at White Castle. He's going to have the lead. Here comes Rob working the bottom. Standish and Stenhouse side by side for the third spot. Lap number 1, give it to Pursley. Here comes a slider from Stenhouse.
No dice down the back straightaway. They fall back in line and they all jump to the bottom. Through turns 3 and 4. Single file amongst your top 5 as we get strung out and rolling.
Trey Robb having motor problems last night in practice, having to go to a backup car. This is a stock motor, and he's holding on to that second spot with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. all over him. Now Stenhouse going to try the slider. Can't quite clear him as Robb is a rocket out of turn number 2.
Turn 2 gets very tight over there off the corner. Stenhouse going to throw it back down to the bottom. Slider incoming. No, he keeps it on the bottom, running like on the bottom like a catfish in Lake Norman. But up front, it's all Pursley. But the battle is on between Rob and Stenhouse for P2. Now Stenhouse will try and throw the slider. Still can't make it happen.
Every time they come off turn 2, I always cringe just a little bit because you never know when they could catch wheels. 4 laps to go. Your leader, Pursley's checked out. Here comes Stenhouse. There he goes.
Oh, a big vicious flip. Stenhouse into Rob down the back straightaway.
That was the announcer's jinx if I've ever seen it.
A LaJoy seating red flag on the raceway. Driver is okay. Stenhouse also to a stop right there down the back straightaway.
Rob climbing out of the car appears to be okay. Casey, what an announcer's jinx there. You called, you didn't know their wheels would touch, and now you get to promote your dad's red flag. Or Kyle McGowan. Here we go. Dason Pursley, Nigel Standish up to second. Some people say he's a part of the Eddie DeHaan driver development by running D&Q. But he is up to second. Green flag in the air. Pursley to the top side. Standish on the bottom. Not going to happen as we're clean and green. Battle is on there. 2nd through 5th. Put them under your grandma's quilt, but Nicholson goes around.
I know. I hear you say it every week.
Then you can wash it down with some nice, good Pepsi-Cola products born right here in the Carolinas. Here we go. Racing Dason going to bring them off a 4-1 more again down into turn number 1. We already had one in the wall there. You see it on the Calico Coating speed shot. That was the 144 of Damon Paul. Great save by him, and here comes Stenhouse. Stenhouse to the outside. He's in 6, trying to make more positions, but coming. White flag one more time around the fast 6 mile.
On the outside, Dason Pursley making it happen down the back straightaway. They still fight and gouge in the middle of the pack. They're off turn number 4. Dason Pursley gonna pick up the heat race victory.
Nigel Standish in second, Colin Mitchell third, Damon Paul fourth, and Jim Radney will round out the top 5.
Getting it done. Lights out work coming to the green flag for 10 laps here with Sean McHoffey and Justin Grant. I butchered that name. I'm sorry.
Mahaffey going to lead him down the back straight away, but here comes Justin Grant. Grant to the inside.
Oh.
3 wide off of turn number 4, and of course, we're going to have problems, guys.
Sam Corey getting tangled up.
Brad Sutton.
Brad Sutton.
Lights are out. We're coming back to green here. Grant, your race leader. Joby Miller, Mahaffey, the top 3, back to green. Jake Rosario going to be the first one to go to the bottom as Mahaffey makes contact with Joby Miller. Miller to the bottom off of turn number 4.
Miller riding the berm down into 1. Jake Rosario tries a slider, but the yellow is out.
Another Factor 1 Racing yellow flag on the Speedway.
There it is.
Lights out. Justin Grant, the NOS Energy Drink FG Enterprises 35, back to green.
Down into 1, Joby Miller working the inside along with Rosario. Here comes Mahaffey on the outside trying to make it work. Down into 1, Rosario going to try and slide up on Joby, but Joby's going to get the run and have Rosario cleared. But here comes Mahaffey on the outside of Rosario for 3rd.
Mahaffey trying to make that outside work. It's going to work really well through turns 1 and 2. Problems down the back straightaway, side by side, some contact there between, excuse me, is that Wyman? Oh, still more contact.
Rosario not going away, and now Brian Wiedemann coming into play. It's a 3-way battle for 3rd. They're 3 wide into turn number 3.
Oh my, 3 cars going for 1 spot on the racetrack. Rosario another slider, but Mahaffey has him cleared. Now it's a battle on between Wiedemann and Rosario. Here comes Corey, spun out on the first lap. He's trying to enter himself back into the party.
Meanwhile, your 2 leaders have checked out, and these guys still jockey for position. 2 laps remaining for your leader as we roll off turn number 4. Still the fight is on between 4th, 5th, and 6th.
And Rosario hangs on to it. White flag in the air, though, for Justin Grant. Regular to NOS Energy Drink, USAC Sprint Cars and Midgets, and Alpha Ford. Grant is going to win the heat race.
Joby Miller will cross the line in second with Sean Mahaffey rounding out the podium.
Woodward and Reese Shelton. Here we go. Nerf bar to Nerf bar, wheel to wheel, rim to rim. Oh, turn 4, green flag.
I'm glad you ditched the door handle because these cars don't have door handles. Side by side for that lead on the outside. Hard charging. Big run for Nick Drake. He's going to come back around and lead lap number 1.
And the yellow is going to fly, as you see here on Speed 51.tv. Colby Soko around. So Chase Cabry there in that Nye chassis.
9 laps to go. Nick Drake fires more back to it. He's got a hard charging Alex Bright just behind him. Slider for the top spot.
Bright slider on Drake. Drake back to the inside. Drake's going to have the spot. Bright's going to put the left front on the berm. And that lap is complete. Nick Drake is still your leader.
Alex Bright now going to try and challenge back here into turn number 3. Look out. The Factor 1 Racing yellow flag will fly.
For a Factor 1 East car, Chaz Woodward. I don't think that's what they wanted to intend by the sponsorship. Nope. Might need an updated sign out there for Speed51.tv. Here we go. Nick Drake, Bright, Cabry, Spence, and Rumsey. Green flag in the air. Bright going to throw it down the inside. Slide job up the track. Nick Drake with the crossover. They're side by side down the back. Bright takes away his line. Give the lead to Alex Bright. 3 laps complete.
Alex Bright, the Rodota Trucking and Excavating, number 20, going to lead the way. As now we've got more problems down here into turn number 3. Nick Drake, who was running in the lead position injection now falls off track.
Sounded like he lost a couple cylinders there as he went by, turn, or down the front straightaway there. It just did not sound right underneath that 55X.
Alex Bright, the leader, a guy that's familiar around the short tracks. Kyle Spence, he's a Tulsa Shootout champion there, the Evo injection. Number 25K trying to chase him down. Chase Debris there in third.
Cabry trying to hold off a hard charging Logan Rumsey. Rumsey right on his coattails down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Coming back to 2 laps to go this time.
Bullhorns out, 2 to go. You see the battle on your screen is between Chase Cabry and Logan Rumsey. Rumsey had motor problems in qualifying. Seems he's got that fixed as white flag in the air. Alex Bright down the back straightaway to the bottom of 3 and 4. And off of 4, Collegeville's Pennsylvania, Alex Bright wins heat race number 9.
Second's going to go to Kyle Spence, and Cabry going to finish out the top 3. Good to see her rebound and be ready for heat race action. Calico heat race number 10 is green out of turn number 4. A good start there on the field as they work their way down through 1 and 2. Ryan Timms in the third spot, going to try and dive down to the bottom. Reeves right there. As they make a little bit of contact, lap number 1 is in the books, and it'll be Austin Schaefer, your race leader, SQ in second, and Timms in third.
Roll through turns 3 and 4. Askew with a mirror full of Ryan Timms. He'll jump up in line, and he now pull right to the back bumper. We make a move into turn number 3. We stay single file for the moment.
Timms on the bottom of Askew. Now Tim's going to go up to the top side along with Meeks, and here comes Hunter Cone. The Tomcat Performance number 48 trying to make a move, but Tim's still trying to reel in Askew, but Austin Chauffeur is pulling away.
Ryan Timms now to the inside for that second spot. Going to have him clear. Can the crossover work? Out of Askew down the front straightaway. He's going to slide him into turn number 1 off of turn 2. Timms right back to the inside. The DriveWFX.com 5T of flying Ryan Timms going to secure that second spot. As we have one off the pace, and in the infield we stay green for Chauffeur down the back straightaway into 3 and 4.
The battle between Timms and Askew has settled down as we continue to roll on. Joe Askew still hanging on to that second spot over Ryan Timms.
Ryan Timms in second, white flag in the air for the 32 of Austin Chauffeur. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Kansas City, Kansas. Austin Chauffeur wins heat race number 2, followed by Timms and Askew.
This is heat race number 11, brought to you by Calico Coatings. Again, we thank you for joining us on Speed51.tv as we go green out of turn number 4.
Down into 1 and 2. Robinson on the bottom, and we have a
all over
big pile up. Oh, whoa! Somebody jumped over the berm. I think that's the 6 of white. You've seen it there on your screen.
Yeah, well, he half spun out just in front of this deal, and he did like a 360 and hit the berm.
My mouth waters just thinking about that. Coming back to green out of turn number 4.
Green flag in the air. Robinson and White back down into 1. Robinson got the crew lead. Here comes Cruz and White coming in on the back of Robinson. Cruz is going to go high side, hustled on the top. Robinson leads lap number 1.
Brent Cruz with the slider inbound. He'll jump up in front of Colin White. White will cross back over. Cruz will slam the door through 3 and 4.
Robinson currently leads as there's your battle slide job from Springer. The Cruz will start to pull away, and will we see him reeling Robinson? But what a slider there from White and Springer. Going to battle it out for the third spot. Springer on the inside, White on the outside. We're wheel to wheel going through turn number 3.
Up front, Brent Cruz now going to work on that race lead. A nice little slide job. The crossover comes right back at him. Cruz going to go tops up here, but through 3 and 4 and lose a spot. He does not.
Slide job. Cruz is one of the best at him. He's going to go to the bottom, try and cut off the momentum for Robinson. Brent Cruz leads lap number 6.
Slide job being returned off turn number 2. He parks it on the nose of Cruz. Cruz crosses back over. He parks it back on the nose of Daniel Robinson off turn 4. 7 laps complete.
Daniel Robinson not no slouch whenever it comes to micro racing, getting elbows up here as Brent Cruz way loose off the bottom of turn number 4.
Cruz back to the top side. Robinson going to try a slider, and I think that should do it. That's going to give Cruz enough gap there to take home this heat race win. White flag for that GoPro Motorplex number 11.
Brent Cruz down into turn number 3 off of turn number 4. He will win heat race number 11. Goes to the 11X of Brent Cruz. Second to Daniel Robinson. And rounding out the top 3, Grayson Springer.
It's the Donut Boy, Austin Lambert at Daylight Donuts number 92. And Steven Schneider off of 4. Green flag in the air. Watch out for that pink number 41 of Carver. He's going to be one to watch out for. And here he comes through the middle. We are 3 wide for the second spot, heading into 3.
Carver's going to get squeezed out of that one there as A-Town Austin Lambert, the Hillenburg Special 92S, going to go tops up here, bud, and get the job done so far. Brian Carver trying to reel him in.
Carver through to that second spot. Trying to reel in Austin Lambert side by side between Seaburn and Snyder Jr., and it's getting dicey.
Put 3rd through almost 6th under your grandma's quilt there. It's Severn, Miller, Nevins, and Schneider. Here comes, looks like Nevins to the inside possibly. Of course, me, Casey, still trying to learn these names as we go. These are not Millbridge regulars.
That and the smallest screen you've ever seen from your face.
And here we go. It's between Severn and Miller. Miller with the slide job, parks it on the nose of Severn there, and Severn back to the inside.
One off the pace down here in turn number 4. The Factor 1 Racing yellow flag will fly as we've got more folks tuning in. The Calvert family, the Dirt Duels host.
I'm sure nothing like the Oklahomies got.
But, you know, we can go down and get some cheese and get chili and cheese on anything we please.
There it is. Lambert and Carver off of 4. Green flag. Lambert leads into 1 slide job. Inbounds for Carver. Slides up. Lambert has the spot. Casey, you always keep glitching up through there off of 2.
Every time I wince. Every time they do that, I wince. But nevertheless, Lambert trying to shoot away with this one over Brian Carver. Kenny Miller through to that 3rd spot. Jacob Severn trying to reel him in.
And you see the battle there on your screen. Carver and the 25 in the yellow is out. We'll have to see what this is for.
Another Factor 1 Racing yellow flag. One off the pace, and it looks like he's going to try and take it off the track there in turn number 3. Hey,
all right.
Coming back to green, Austin Lambert going to set it up just right. You see him going to run through the middle. Carver now coming strong off the bottom of turn number 2. Can't quite get the job done. A-Town still leading the way.
Bullhorns out, 2 to go. Here comes Miller, going to throw the slider on Carver. Carver back to the bottom. Carver going to hold the bottom side. White flag in the air for that Sawyer chassis. Hillenburg Special for Austin Lambert. Here comes Carver back to the inside of Kenny Miller, but off of 4. Lambert's going to have the spot race for 2nd. Carver's going to beat Miller by, looks like, 100th of a second.
What a finish there, ladies and gentlemen. Your race winner hails from Collinsville, Oklahoma. That's the Sawyer chassis, Lambert's Auto Salvage, Hillenburg Special, number 92S of Austin, A-Town Lambert, your race winner.